Most NFL fans prepare for their favorite team's playoff game by ordering wings, making nachos, and bunkering down on the couch, watching pregame.
That's great and all, but there's one way to take the experience to a whole new level.
Fortunately for us, we've been able to do it this way many times. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to talk about it.
These are the eyes that never knew how to smile till you came into my life.
Welcome to Show and Tell. I'm Bobby Mosier, and today here with me is
Bob Mosier.
If you know me, you know that I love the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you know me well, you probably know about some of the trips my dad and I have been on.
Experiencing an NFL game in person is a privilege, and it's something I would always recommend.
Now, let's get started. When I think about a Chiefs game in Kansas City, I think of tailgating with barbecue, walking into the stadium and looking at all the art on the walls, getting to the seats and being amazed. And then obviously watching the game, losing your voice from the cheering, and trying to call players over to meet them after a win.
Yeah, it's amazing. Arrowhead is really, some people say Disneyland is the best place. I love Arrowhead. Just the way the fans are, the way that the players interact with you. You're so close to the action and it's so loud.
Yeah, like I said at the end there, like trying to call players over after a win. If you're lucky, you can actually meet and interact with some of your favorite guys in the world if you're really a big sports fan,
Yeah.
and it's just so cool.
And don't forget pregame. When they're warming up, they'll be happy to give you a high five and say hello and really acknowledge you.
Yeah, they're running drills right next to you.
Yeah, which is awesome. It feels like you could touch them. And new stadiums aren't like that. That's what's so magical about Arrowhead.
I would definitely have to say like the atmosphere of the stadium. As you know, Arrowhead has the record for loudest stadium on earth with the record of 142.2 decibels of crowd noise. I will remember that number forever. They really drill it into your head when you're at the games, like on the Jumbotron. They're always just saying, get loud, 142.2. It's just that number. It's the record for the loudest stadium in the NFL.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. I mean, the noise is just amazing, and it really gets the guys fired up. And it's by design. The stadium is actually, the field is 3 stories below ground level, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a big echo chamber.
It's like a bowl.
And it's amazing. Yeah, it's a bowl.
Yeah, we were actually at a stadium tour on our trip, our annual trip to Kansas City a couple weeks ago, and the lady on the tour, we were on the field, she was like, yeah, Arrowhead is a bowl, like field level. And so she had us all scream the same word at the same time, and you could just hear the echo, which you can't hear in most stadiums because Arrowhead was built this certain way because they knew that crowd level and fan noise is like a big home field advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Dad, we've been to several games now, but if we go back to the first one, it's the famous 13 seconds game. I have a video here that I would like to show to see the wild ending of this game.
Goes out of bounds at the 7. Looking to the end zone for the win! He caught it! Ball game! Chiefs to the championship game!
These two guys know each other. Unbelievable. This is just unfathomable. The Bills had won this game. It was over. Josh Allen with a perfect postseason. And Patrick Mahomes somehow comes out there and shows the world.
How lucky were we to not only experience that craziness, but in the first row in person?
Yeah, I get chills even just watching and listening to that video again. Just the fact that they were down like that with only 13 seconds to go, it was just unbelievable. The way they came back, it was awesome.
Another thing about like being in person for that game, when during like the commercial break after that last Gabe Davis touchdown, which happened literally 20 feet in front of us when he caught that in the end zone, we were in despair. Like we thought we went all this way to come here and like the game's just going to be over like that after such a great game. And we were looking at the Bills sideline, seeing all the players celebrating, so happy that they're going to win this great game, which you're not going to see when you're watching the game on TV because obviously you're in a commercial break while we're looking at the players. And then just obviously that amazing 13-second drive to make the game go into overtime and then winning in overtime is so crazy.
Yeah, it was just incredible. And to watch them celebrating, That was the first time an NFL player had 4 touchdowns in a playoff game.
Yeah, and it was like not
he thought he was going to
crazy.
Disneyland. He thought he was getting a big-time contract, and they were just so excited. But obviously the Chiefs had other ideas.
Yeah. If you want more insight from this game and how the players reacted, check out this ESPN article. Jumping ahead now a year, at this point, we've been to 4 Chiefs playoffs games, but now we're in Arizona for Super Bowl 57, truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It's debatable, but I think that was one of the best Super Bowl games in history. It was truly an amazing experience.
And the way Mahomes won that game on a sprained ankle at the end, that big, like, what was it, like a 25-yard run or something towards the end, and just, like, seeing him at halftime before that, like, limping off, we could see that. And then we saw him on the sideline walking into the tunnel to go get checked out.
It was an amazing, fact that they were able to come back and keep that competitive and then go ahead and win that game. I have a little video here that actually shows the Chiefs entering that game at the start.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
That brings us to this. Creed Humphrey's game-used towel from that Super Bowl that we went to. If you don't know who Humphrey is, he is the starting center for the Chiefs and arguably the best at his position in the whole NFL. Now going back to the towel itself, this thing is not only a dope piece of memorabilia from one of my favorite players that I get to look at every day and touch, but it represents the game and the trip we took across the country to Arizona to watch the Super Bowl.
I still can't believe. So we were so lucky to be able to get down to field level right after the game, and the way the guys were signing autographs, and just to see the excitement and the celebration, and the fact that he gave us that or gave you that is just.
Yeah, so I remember after the game, obviously we're in the nosebleeds because it's the Super Bowl. We sprint down through the stadium and just try to get to the tunnel to see if anything crazy could happen while the players were celebrating, running through the tunnel. And I just remember, like, we ended up getting into, like, the first row. I don't even know how we did that. There were so many people right there. But I just remember standing there just taking it all in, this crazy experience, the Super Bowl, all these fans celebrating, Eagles fans disappointed, Chiefs fans happy. And then I just saw Creed Humphrey running by, and we probably started screaming at him like, yo, Creed, something like that. I don't know. I was a long time ago. But I just remember him taking this from his waist and just throwing it at me. And at the time, I was like, oh, this is cool. But then in, like, the car after we actually left, I realized, like, what this is. He used this in the Super Bowl. It's like a one-on-one thing. No money can buy this unless I sold it someday. This is the only one in the world. He used it in the Super Bowl that we went to. And it's a great way to remember that trip.
Yeah, and it's even enhanced by the fact that Patrick Mahomes, I'm sure throughout the game, was using that towel. Every time he took a snap. So it wasn't just Creed, it was also Patrick.
Yeah, because he has it, like, at it behind waist.
Yeah.
So, like, when the quarterback goes under center, he might touch this towel in particular to, dry his hands from the sweat right before he hikes the ball. It's crazy. Yeah. If you want to experience games like this in person, go online to buy tickets.
From my experience, you could just grab a credit card and go to Ticketmaster, and you can get any seat you want.
Well, there you have it. Going to an NFL game in person is awesome and probably my favorite thing in the world.
Next time you're getting ready for a game, think about actually going there in person. You'll never forget it.
For Show and Tell, I'm Bobby Mosier.
And I'm Bob Mosier. See you at the game.